Welcome everyone, a brand new skeleton mob has just been added to Minecraft Bedrock Edition. This is the beta and preview version 1.20.70.24. And yes, the win charge is finally here for Minecraft Bedrock Edition players. PlayStation players, the Minecraft preview is close. Now last week I was given this specific tweet that said, the Minecraft preview button is here, but I cannot use it. It says, cannot be found. Now, PlayStation players, if you update to the latest versions, go to your settings and go to the bottom, you should see preview. Very soon, you'll be able to click on this. It will take you to a separate Minecraft version, and you will have access to beta and preview. But as I'm making today's video, it's not yet past PlayStation testing. Getting into this week's experimental features, Bedrock Edition players, the wind charge is here. You can call it the wind charge, you can call it the breeze balls, you can call it the breeze's fart bubble, whatever you want to call it, it is here for you to mess around with. The information about this, a wind charge that is fired by a player will grant 10% more knockback than a breeze's. Just like the projectile fired by the breeze, wind charges fired by the player also deal damage if the entity is hit directly. The breeze drops between 4 and 6 wind charges when it is killed. And no, looting doesn't give you more. Wind charges have a max stack size of 64. There is a half a second cooldown after use. Wind charges can be fired from dispensers, and players that launch themselves with a wind charge only accumulate full damage below the Y level of where they collided with the wind burst. So let's just check this out. These guys, of course, will spawn in the trial chambers. If you kill it, it will in fact always drop between 4 and 6. This time we managed to get ourselves 4. Now, I do have looting on here, and something tells me I might get a slight bit more here. But, again, it doesn't matter. It doesn't amplify it at all, because I can still get 4 or 5 or 6 just with a regular one. So this time we managed to get ourselves 6, which is the highest that you can actually get. So as mentioned, there is a half a second cooldown when you fire this, but they are incredibly deadly. And you are able to kill mobs with no problem at all. You can see here, you're really, really strong. Now, I did go ahead and mess around with this with iron golems. So we'll see if this works. It's one of the mobs that it actually doesn't launch into the sky. However, it does look like the breeze balls, the charge, is so much stronger on Bedrock Edition compared to Java Edition. One of, if not the craziest feature we've had introduced in a very, very long time. Now, cool thing about this is, just like on Java Edition, it does actually prevent you from dying if you fire it in time. So yes, this is going to be a new MLG clutch for Bedrock Edition players. Now, you can jump incredibly high with this. So if I was to hit this here and go down here, we just keep going down the hill, there is a chance that I'll take damage because it's going to be a little bit lower compared to where I actually started. So we'll do it here. I probably die here. So we go here. I'm dead. Nope. We managed to survive there. But if I go up, you can see here, we don't actually take damage. It's a really good way for traversing up and down mountains. I really, really like this feature. Can be placed inside of a dispenser and we'll just keep traveling until it impacts with something. Can be stacked up to 64, but it'll take you quite some time to do this. And if you're smart enough, you can actually jump like... I've seen people jumping like 20-something blocks. Honestly, like, it's insane how many players have been able to figure this out. So if you are skilled enough, there you go. Consider yourself a skilled player. You can get all the way up here. It takes a little bit of time to practice with these. Moving on to the Bogged Skeleton, a brand new mob. A new variant of the skeleton that shoots poisonous arrows. They are faster to take down with 16 health instead of 20 health. They attack at a slower interval of 3.5 seconds instead of 2. Has a chance to drop arrows of poison when killed by players. These mossy and mushroom-covered skeletons spawn naturally in swamps and mangrove swamps, but can also be found spawning from trial spawners in some trial chambers. And this is RNG. And here is your brand new Bogged Skeleton. I really like these guys. I played a lot of Minecraft Dungeons, and it just reminds me of the mossy skeleton from the Jungle DLC. Now, just like regular skeletons, daylight is the devil to these guys, and they will burn and die. Now, if we grab ourselves a sword, one thing I will say here, and we do a comparison, I / enchant this with looting 3. I noticed on Java, when I killed this, it didn't always drop the poison-tipped arrows. However, if you did have looting, for example, I noticed that there is a much higher chance of getting it. And I noticed on Java Edition, you were getting both drops at the same time. At the current moment, it doesn't seem to be dropping any poison-tipped arrows. Now, I wonder if we set this back to midnight again and summon a whole bunch of these. Oh, they do get enchanted bows as well. How often they do drop the tipped arrows. Wait, was that tipped? Are they tipped? Aha! They did. They're definitely not as common on Bedrock as they are on Java Edition. Now remember, these guys are a lot easier to kill compared to regular skeletons. And this makes absolute perfect sense because they're poisonous. And I can tell you the poison is incredibly potent. But you can see they managed to get 10. Not a lot, but it was pretty decent. So if we go to / game mode S here, you'll see how fast regular skeletons are able to fire arrows. It's like all the time, right? They're incredibly... I'm so dead here. I'm so dead. Yes. Okay, let's try this again. Game mode survival. You'll see here that your hearts also change color. This wasn't mentioned in the official changelog. But again, getting hit just by one of these, especially in a trial chambers, can be incredibly deadly. I still think Mojang need to update the skeletons on Bedrock Edition to match Java, but these guys are so deadly. To locate them in a trial chamber, you are looking for the spawner that is covered with these blocks. That being bone blocks, the podzil, and the red mushrooms. But again, it's RNG, so you won't get it every single time. So while you are once safe inside of a mangrove swamp, that is no longer going to be the case. Because these guys will lurk. And they will inflict a lot of pain to you. I really like the texture. Let me know in the comments section what you think of this. Changes with the breeze. They added the missing translation string for the wind charge projectile. The breeze now takes damage when being hit by wind charge projectiles, which I kind of showed you guys. And like I said, that they are incredibly deadly. So if we grab ourselves the wind charge here, I want to just double check one thing. Is the egg thing fixed yet? Did they fix the eggs? Where you would just like produce... No, they still produce a chicken like 100% of the time. Anyway, I showed you guys that these can be incredibly deadly and they kill most mobs incredibly fast on Bedrock Edition. Huge feature added today. Trial chambers now generate at the same world locations as Java Edition. That means if we go and locate a trial chambers in this world, type in the same world on Minecraft Java, the trial chambers will be in the exact same location. Let's test it. I'm going to stand right here. I'm standing at 185, -30, -489. Let's load up Java. So the structure isn't the exact same, but it's generated in the same location. And you can see the seed right there. If we head over to Minecraft Bedrock Edition into settings, and I just scroll down and show you the seed, you can see they are the exact same. This is huge. Maybe they are planning to do full structure parity, like villages, strongholds, and things like that. Moving on to the bug fixes in this version. Skeletons, zombies, husks, spiders, cave spiders, and strays retaliate against attacks from each other again. We have a bug report. So it seemed to be an issue only the past 2 betas and previews. I'm just going to mute this, but if we go ahead a little bit here, he's currently shooting him. He's not interested in attacking back. He's more interested in the Iron Golem. Additionally, they properly refrain from retaliating when struck by wind charges fired by the breeze. Features and bug fixes: blocks. Patternless banners taken from the creative inventory will no longer reset when first placed. We have a bug report. Banners obtained from creative return to player's inventory, and there's a video here, so watch when they place it for the first time. You see it, it takes a second time for it to actually be placed. So if we go inside of here and type in banner, we'll use the pink one for example here, and we place it. Doesn't matter if we go to game mode survival, we place it. You can see here they are being placed first time. Sad news, tall flowers are no longer affected by fortune. We have a bug report. Who be reporting this one, man? It's been around since 2016. You were able to use fortune, preferably 3, on tall flowers like this, and you would get more bang for your buck. That's not possible anymore. So if you do find flowers and you do have fortune 3 on them, it will only give you 1, and that's all you're only going to get from now on. Large ferns now have a chance of dropping wheat seeds. We have a bug report. No seeds from large ferns. Been an issue for a long time. So there is a chance, if you go ahead and break these, that you can actually get some seeds. Tweaked the loot drop distributions for fortune enchantments of melon, redstone ore, glowstone, and nether wart to better match Java Edition. Now, from my understanding, I think Bedrock Edition actually got more than Java. I could be wrong here, and it could be the other way around. But the developers have now matched them. The details explained in the description or in the changelog weren't that great. But yeah, they've now better matched Java Edition with Fortune Parity. Moving on to commands, it says the command blocks interface will now remove the last error message after successfully compiling a command. We have a bug report. I don't use command blocks very often, but for anyone who has been experiencing these issues, it should be a lot better now. Moving on to game tips. Added gradual rollout of contextual beginner game tips. So this was introduced a couple of weeks ago. It's just basically a small tutorial. Basically, hold left click to break down the tree. You might see things such as go forwards, or I don't know, go up and down, go and swim, things like that. Just really minor in-game tips. Realms, let's read the changelog. Once again, a few changes with realms. No need to put these on a sign, but if you guys have been having these issues, they have been resolved. Stability and performance. Fixed an issue that could cause the game to freeze when changing languages on some platforms. User interface. The new dev screen is now enabled when resource packs are applied to a world. Preview only. Now, I do have packs on. You can see there's no beta text at the top, but I'm pretty sure this was introduced last week, and it's back in the changelog again. Also fixed an issue where the game could soft lock when displaying the loading resource pack model, and technical updates. Let's read the changelog. Here are your technical updates. It's add-ons and scripts, editor mode, marketplace, character creator, etc. We do not have any changes to shaders in this week's beta or preview, but we do know that they are working on the ability to customize water. If you made it this far in today's video, leave a comment and say, hey Echo, it's a pretty windy day. Have a wonderful day, and I'll keep you all updated with the latest features.